In the bizarre intersection of politics and Hollywood that is the White House Correspondents Dinner, one year I recall being introduced to Hollywood superstar Kim Kardashian by a colleague of mine, and when she heard my last name, Chalian, she heard it as an Armenian name. She instantly began questioning me and talking to me about the Armenian genocide, and it became very clear right away that this was an issue she knew much more about than I did, and that she was really passionate about. I wasn't able to keep up my end of the conversation, but it was the most unexpected conversation I've ever had. A, it was with Kim Kardashian. B, it was about this policy matter. It was one of those great White House Correspondent Dinner moments.
It's so funny because Kim Kardashian has a completely different version of that story that she tells about meeting David Chalian, CNN's political director. We'll get to that in a little bit. So part of the fun part of the White House Correspondents' Dinner is dressing up for walking down the red carpet. It's something that Hollywood stars are used to doing, but, reporters, politicians, not so much. CNN's Jeff Zeleny and Michelle Kaczynski, they are on the red carpet with Derek Blasberg, host of CNN Style. Michelle.
Hi, right. Yeah, I thought maybe you were going to cut to a reel of all of us reporters tripping on the red carpet or something like that. All right, Derek is here. You're kind of a maven of all things style. And I have to tell you, he is wearing no socks tonight. Is that a statement?
I'm going bare-ankled.
Is it a political statement of any kind?
It's not a political statement. I just like to show a lot of ankle cleavage.
I like that.
Here in D.C.
I think you're setting the pace. We should probably know about this. But you're going to tell us about would you say that the Correspondents' Dinner is one of those places where style is noticed and repeated, or is this kind of not even close to
I think in Washington, D.C., the White House Correspondents' Dinner is the sort of red carpet event of the year. This is when you get a lot of Hollywood celebrities, you get a lot of New York celebrities, you get models, actors. I've got Carly Kloss and Chrissy Turlington at my table. I'm not far from Emma Watson. I walked in with Kendall Jenner. So you get to see a lot of bold-faced names.
And everyone wants to know who the Supreme Court justices are wearing, generally,
yes,
right?
Yes.
Okay, but you mentioned Kendall Jenner, and I've heard a lot of people say tonight they want to meet her. So
it's funny you bring up Kendall Jenner and the Supreme Court justices because a lot of people are wearing black. Kendall tonight I saw her on the way in. This is a vintage dress that she picked up.
Yeah, she's kind of going with the Supreme Court look there.
I told her, don't turn your back on me. Because she's in a bareback vintage black dress. I said the same thing to Barack Obama, don't turn your back on me. Right. Chrissy Turlington also was in black. She's wearing a Marc Jacobs dress.
Turlington, yeah, let's take a look at that right here. Explain this to us. So she is wearing...
Chrissy Turlington, she's at my table. She sort of explained that at the last minute she realized she didn't have a dress for the White House Correspondents' Dinner, so she called her friend Mark. It pays to have friends that own fashion labels, and pulled this amazing sort of off-the-shoulder black...
that is elegant.
Long, chic dress with a built-in nude-colored brassiere.
And, I mean, people do try to go conservative for this, right? They don't want to kind of...
To be honest, looking at the red carpet, I think a lot of what we're seeing is sort of high-fashion people trying to maintain a lot of American class in D.C., and you're in the presence of the president. So you're seeing a lot of black, you're seeing a lot of clean, you're seeing a lot of simple. Emma Watson, the star of the Harry Potter franchise, she did a little bit of color. She wore a floral dress. But my favorite dress of the night is actually a tuxedo. Jared Leto wore a Gucci suit with a hot pink bow tie.
So what do you think about that? Is that appropriate at a black tie dinner like this?
I like it.
And here he is. We can see a look of him right there. I mean, it looks terrific.
Or he can do whatever he
doesn't match
wants.
the pocket square, but what do you think?
Well, I think he's done a lot with Gucci, the Italian fashion label, lately, and I think a lot of his red carpet looks have been slightly daring.
Right.
Not
I thought
too
you would go
avant-garde,
more
but
daring.
a pink bow tie at a black tie gala is unexpected. But you know what? It's Jared Leto. He can pull it off.
Yeah, I think it looks great. It's something a little different. And what about Aretha Franklin? I know she's here tonight.
Aretha Franklin can wear whatever Aretha Franklin wants.
There are lots of people like that.
And that's what I sort of love about the White House Correspondents' Dinner, is that when you sort of sit here at the red carpet, you see everyone walk in. You never know who's going to turn the corner. One minute it's Kendall Jenner.
She looks amazing.
1 minute it's a Real Housewife. And then you've got Aretha Franklin. That's a diva, right?
It is a diva.
Absolutely.
Draped, champagne colors,
so
sparkling
elegant.
fabric.
I find that here people do try to do elegant because it's Washington. You don't see a lot of cutouts or showing a lot of skin, although there have been exceptions over the years.
I've seen more skin tonight. You always see this tonight at this dinner than any other time in Washington, of course.
But you have to say for Washington.
For Washington, no doubt about it.
For Washington, showing a lot of skin is like above the elbow.
Let's go to Helen Mirren, though. I think we have some pictures of her as well. I think you were seeing her earlier.
Helen Mirren, I think this is a tribute to Purple Rain.
Yeah, definitely.
Prince, as we all know,
She
passed
has
away
the symbol.
recently. And she has a symbol. I first thought it was a nicotine patch, but it's not. It's the Prince symbol sort of affixed to her chest there. And she
But it
also
works,
Matching her
right?
purple
I mean, she's
dress.
beautiful.
Purple
Right.
Rain, purple lace, purple dress. That's Helen Mirren. I think she's glamorous.
Yeah, and that is kind of a statement, obviously, that she's making. But do you find that people here try to make political statements on the red carpet?
I remember during the writer's strike, Helen Mirren also put on a pen-shaped brooch when she went down the red carpet at one of the award shows. So I think she's used to making sort of political statements, but especially in a place like Washington, D.C., I think you're indulged to make political statements.
And a name we maybe have heard recently, Anna Paquin was here, who's been sort of,
Maybe she's been here before. I don't know what she wore. This is
we have
Carly
pictures
Kloss
of
that we're
her.
looking at now.
Okay.
Carly Kloss is one of the biggest models here in New York. She's wearing
Very
Derek
elegant.
Lam. I like it's actually a sort of a nude color into a white
There
paneling.
are always supermodels here, I find every year, and they always go extremely elegant. I mean, obviously they can do it, but I think that's a good example.
I think it's a big deal for these girls in New York fashion to come here to D.C. and sit in front of the president. And also, not for nothing, we have one of the most glamorous first ladies in sort of recent
Right.
political history, so
Yeah.
you want to turn on your A game.
Yeah, and it's been fun to see kind of the evolution over the years as well.
Yeah.
Have you seen anything that did not work tonight?
Not
Yeah,
yet.
what about the don'ts?
Or is it
Aren't
too
they the
early
most
in the night
fun?
for
Isn't that what everybody...
The night is still
clicks
a
through?
little. Everyone I've seen has actually been quite classic and not necessarily conservative, but pretty on point.
Yeah, I just hope you don't get in trouble for the lack of socks, but we'll talk about that later.
We can battle this out off camera, Michelle.
All right, John, that's the latest here from just outside the red carpet.
I don't
Back
think
to you
anything will
guys.
ever match Jeff Zeleny talking about skin. So hopefully we can come back to you.
We report it
We
like
get more
we
of that.
You should see the pictures he's taken tonight.
Let's actually,
don't
before I
think
let
we
you guys
show
go,
those.
can we look at
We're here
Michelle
to bring you
Obama?
the news.
We want to see Michelle Obama. Michelle Obama's dress right there. Derek, I don't know if you can hear me or if Jeff can ask you. Talk to me about what she's wearing because, not one of the things I know about dresses.
Well, here, I'll take it from here. I think, as we all know, this is Michelle Obama's last White House Correspondents Dinner as the First Lady, and I think she really knocked it out of the park. She went for gold, didn't she? She's wearing this sort of beautiful champagne,
very sparkly.
sequined.
And when you look at the first Correspondents' Dinner, there is an evolution. She was so simple and conservative, very...
Also a different time economically. I remember in that first year
Definitely.
in 2009, it did not want to be seen as too lavish or whatnot.
Absolutely.
But now she's going for the gold. Look at her. She
and then
looks
kind of
beautiful.
mid-range, 4 years in, she started changing up the hair, kind of a little more sparkle. Yeah, she looks amazing tonight. And she always does something a little different each time, different than her usual look.
And John, that's our fashion report from here. Back to you.
Well, no, actually, because I have Derek, I don't get to ask these questions a lot. So, Derek, what are you on the tie in a tuxedo? Because you and Jeff are wearing the traditional necktie, yet the leader of the free world, Barack Obama, is wearing the traditional bow tie. Who's right?
Well, I think Jeff and
we're
I,
right, don't you
Jeff
think?
and I wanted to
I think
give
Wolf
Barack
Blitzer
a
is
moment
wearing
to
a
shine
tie.
this year, so we took it a notch down and let him glam it up.
And
It's the least we could do.
Isn't Wolf also wearing a tie? Did you see him?
Technically,
I think?
black tie is not limited to only bow ties.
Yeah, of course.
We're splitting.
At least in America.
Maybe it's a
splitting black tie hairs
CNN
here.
thing tonight. I mean, I had a tie on, a long tie, but then I decided to take it off.
Excellent. Well, the definitive answer, if Wolf Blitzer does it, then it's okay. All right, guys, thank you so much.
Absolutely.
And Derek's show, by the way, we should tell you, you can see it on CNNI. You do not want to miss it. I learned so much right now. I can't wait to check it out and learn more. All right, coming up, the sometimes difficult relationship between presidents and the news media. This is how Lyndon Johnson once described it.
Despite all the friction, however, I do admire and I do envy the press. I've always hankered to be a reporter since I was a college editor. I've always wanted to come up with one of those hard news leads like the mood at the White House this evening is one of cautious optimism. Or one like this: the president fired the opening gun of his re-election campaign last night.